I'm back. All right. So this is video number 2 because we're on chapter 2. The Gypsy Club. Sister Magic is called. Sister Magic. Chapter 2. The Gypsy Club came over to say goodbye. So had Tori's friend Callie. Then, as the packers loaded the last boxes on the moving truck, Sam let out one of her famous wails. Annie! They packed Annie! For some reason, a picture of Annie face down flashed in my mind. Mom lowered her shoulders. Sam, we told you to put everything on the porch that you wanted to take in the minivan. Tori had packed her Scrabble game and her journal where she kept her word collection. She was going to be a poet when she grew up. That's why she got excited over words like juniper, applesauce. Oh, I'm just leaning back and I got to find and dribble. I put my colored pencils and drawing pad in a pile next to hers. The only thing in Sam's pile was a set of Laura Ingalls Wilder books that her teacher had given her as a going-away present. And of course, her precious crown was on her head. The moving men were about to put the mattress on the truck. Are you sure Annie isn't under your bed? Chip asked. Annie flashed in my mind again. This time I could see blue fabric hanging above her. She's not there, Sam cried. I already looked. I forgot to put her on the porch. Annie doesn't like to be in dark places by herself. Hey, I told her, maybe Annie wanted to go on an adventure. I would have loved to ride in a huge truck. Sam folded her arms across her chest. She doesn't like adventures. It was true. Annie lived a pretty dull life. Sam couldn't sleep or take a bath without her. That's not very exciting schedule, even for a doll. I squeezed my eyes shut and tried one more time to see Annie and the blue fabric. The moving men started to put our blue velvet couch behind the boxes. Then I remember, yesterday I was chasing a tennis ball that had rolled under the couch. Annie was under the couch, I hollered. Mom hurried over. Wait, I guess she was thinking about how stinky Sam was going to get if she stopped bathing. What? Oh my God. Is it possible to open a few boxes to look for my daughter's doll? The mover pressed his lips together and his face turned chili pepper red. I thought smoke was going to blow out of his ears. She's so sad. She wants, I guess it's a doll. Okay. He wiped the sweat off his forehead with the back of his sleeve. Ma'am, we just finished with the boxes. We're loading the furniture now. The other mover, a tall, skinny guy, walked over. Oh, come on, Kurt. It won't take that long. We labeled the boxes. Thank you so much, Mom said. The skinny guy winked. Ma'am, I've got a kid who wouldn't go to sleep without his little brown bear. I stepped toward him. I think it's in the boxes from the living room. Sam was still blubbering and stuff was running out of her nose. Chief pulled out a handkerchief and squatted next to her. Here, blow! The nice man hopped into the truck. Hey, Kurt said. I think I remember throwing it in one of those boxes. Sam's eyes grew big and she looked as if she was going to cry again. She threw her? You threw her? Oh my God. Grumpy Kurt ignored her and told the nice guy, Charlie, it's in one of the living room boxes. Luckily, those were the last boxes put on the truck. But unluckily, there were 8 boxes. Hey, little lady, Charlie said to me. Want to guess which box? You've got us this far. Come on, Charlie, Kirk said. This ain't a game show. Just then, Mr. Nelson and Kip showed up to say goodbye. Kip wagged his tail when he saw me. Normally, I would have run over to pet him, but I was on a mission. Charlie motioned me onto the ramp that traveled up the back of the truck. My family, the Gypsy Club, Mr. Nelson, and even Kip crowded in close to watch me make my decision. Look at all the people. Oh my goodness. Can't decide. I could almost hear a drum roll in the background. Bumpity bum 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 bum. I paced in front of the boxes a couple of times before picking the second to the left. I think it's in this one. Red-faced Kurt sighed. Charlie chuckled and asked, You sure now? Yes, sir. Charlie dug out the pocket knife and slid through the tape. I sucked in a big breath as he pulled out Chip's Western books and some knickknacks wrapped in tissue paper. I wanted to be right. He handed the items to Chief, who lined them up on the ground. Finally, Charlie pulled out a doll with half its brow hair missing and a purple marker scribbled on her cheek. Way to go, Piper, Mr. Nelson said. Get off the bus, the Gypsy Club yelled. Kip barked and everyone clapped. Sam jumped with her arms open wide. Annie, you saved her. Oh my goodness. Charlie handed the doll to her, and Sam hugged it. Thank you, she told him. Don't thank me, Charlie said. Thank your sister. I don't think Kirk would have let me open a second box. Sam hugged me tight, pressing Annie into my ribs. Yes, sir, said Charlie. I guess that's what you call sister magic. That's the kind of magic where you know something just because it's in your genes. I said goodbye to the Gypsy Club and Mr. Nelson. Let me play fetch with Kip one last time. A few minutes later, the truck drove away. Oh, I got scared. I heard the scratching. I'm like, do we have a mouse in the house? It was Sasha. Oh my gosh. It was Sasha going on the little bed. Oh my goodness. I don't want mouses in my house. No, in my house. And soon, so did we. We pulled out of the driveway and onto our street. I wanted to look back, but part of me didn't. What just happened? Oh, okay. I wanted to look back, but part of me didn't. Then, just when it was almost too late, I turned and stole a glimpse of the gray house that used to be home. There was a message there, and I thought the video had stopped. So sorry about that. Water. It's like cloudy. I don't know. And hot? Can you believe we were so cold and now it's going to be in the 80s, like 86. But inside, I got cold. I spy. No pie that from eating. I spy. Chapter 3. Phoenix, Arizona. Are we in Louisiana yet? Sam asked for about 80 millionth time. It sounds like my daughter. Every time we went somewhere, if it was like 20 minutes or more, it was like, are we still in Florida? And my two boys was to get so mad. It's like, shut up! Mom! That's what I had to hear the whole entire way. Oh, like, they were still in Florida. And then she would say it again. No, Mom said, we're in Arizona. Arizona had lots of sand, sky, and cactus. Even the McDonald's had a cactus growing in front of its giant arches. Chief woke us up at the hotel so early that the sky was still dark when we started out on the road. Now the sun peaked above the horizon. It looked like an orange beach ball in the middle of the pink sky. Mom sighed. If we lived out here, I'll paint every sunrise. It was our second day in the minivan. Oh my gosh, they drove. Whoa. Whew. On the way to Florida, we stopped in Louisiana to visit our grandparents. Both Mom's and Chief's parents lived there. Tori sat in the very back seat, the best seat. My parents let us take turns sitting there by ourselves. Oh, I know what they mean. I couldn't wait until it was my turn. Then I could stretch out instead of sitting next to Sam and being forced to listen to her read every single billboard. Tori stuffed weighed up pieces of tissues in her ears so she didn't have to hear her. Leaning forward, I tried to see the gas needle, but my seatbelt held me in my place. Chief always filled the gas tank when it was on the quarter mark. That's when it would be my turn to sit in the back. Sam acted like her reading was a performance. When we passed a Burger King sign, she dropped her voice and read, "Have it your way." Then in a squeaky voice, "State Farm is there." I didn't like to read. Most of the time, the words looked jumbled. Dyslexia, the counselor called it. I sounded like I had some terrible disease and a great way to get out of school assignments. But when Mom asked, "Why didn't you do your report on George Washington?" I answered, "I would have, but I have dyslexia." She looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Don't try to pull that one on me, Piper Reed. I'm dyslexic and I finished plenty of homework." A few miles outside of Phoenix, Arizona, Chief exited the highway and pulled into a convenience store. There were only two good things about being cooped up in the van with crazy sisters: snack breaks and McDonald's. Mom teased Chief that he should have a bumper sticker that read, "I break for Big Macs." "Can we get a snack?" I asked. We finished breakfast less than a couple of hours before. But the no snacks between meals rule disappeared on the road. Somehow, even with the tissue plugged in your ears, Tori heard the word snack. Her senses have superpowers when it comes to food. She unsnapped her seatbelt and hopped out of the van quicker than I could say tornado. "Wait a minute," Mom said. "Take Sam with you and let her pick out something. And make sure she goes to the bathroom. Sometimes Mom could spoil the fun." Tori held Sam's hand and I took off ahead of them. Inside the store smelled like hot dogs and burnt coffee. By the time Tori and Sam reached the bathroom, I've already picked out a bag of M&Ms and an orange soda. Outside, I raced to the very back seat. The space, the quiet. I could get used to this. With my seatbelt buckle, I tried different positions. I stretched my legs across the seat. I folded my legs under my bottom. I turned face back, pointed my toes towards the roof of the van. Let my head hang over the seat. Rap, rap, rap. All I could see was Sam's hand waving in front of the open window. "Hey," she yelled, "it's my turn." "Since when do you get a turn?" Mommy and Daddy said I could. Oh no. Look at her, trying all different ways to see it. Mom turned around facing me. That's right, it's your little sister's turn. Oh no, you'll be next. Jeepers! I unbuckle and flip head first over the seat. I was back where I started. Sam had never wanted to sit in the back seat by herself before. She tried on our move to San Diego. 3 minutes later, she started crying. She had to pull over onto the side of a busy interstate and let her get back in the middle row. You're not going to cry, are you? I asked. No, I'm a big girl now. Annie was buckling next to her. I rolled my eyes. Ha ha, that's so funny, I forgot to laugh. Tori buckled in the seat next to me. She ate her king-size milk chocolate bar in less than a minute and gulped down her soda. Then she watched me slowly eat my M&Ms one by one. She's so mean. I said between long sips of my orange drinks. Delicious. Tori narrowed her eyes at me. Then she tore up 2 pieces of tissue, rolled each into a tiny ball, and stuck them in her ears. She flipped open her book, but I knew she was still thinking about my M&Ms. 2 days later, Wichita Falls, Texas. Oh my gosh, 2 days. I could not stand 2 days in the car with my children. Lord have mercy. Northwestern Mutual, the quiet company, Sam whispered. I had enough. Hey, Sam, I said, want to play a game? Sam's eyes grew wide. What game? The quiet game. Whoever speaks first loses. Sam smiled. Okay, Buzz, you lose. Sam poked out her lips. That's not fair. You didn't say start. I sighed. Okay, start. Sam pointed at me. Buzz, you lose. How did I get stuck with 2 goofy sisters? Chief put on his bluegrass CD. Oh my god. My kids hated my taste in music. Like he did at home sometimes. Sam and I groaned, but then we pinch our noses and joined in. Keep on the sunny side. Always on the sunny side. I don't know how that goes. Outside the window, a bunch of cows were in the field next to an old motel called the Yellow Rose. There seemed to be more cows than people in Texas. We passed a White House with some kids playing in front. I wonder if they lived in that house their whole lives, or did they ever have to move? Suddenly, Sam stopped singing. Are we in Louisiana yet? Mom shook her head. No. We're just now outside Wichita Falls, Texas. I wonder how a kid who might be a prodigy couldn't figure out that we weren't in Louisiana. A little later, we decided to play the I Spy game. Oh, I love that. I still play that when I go to the doctor with my husband. In Spanish, it's veo. ¿Qué ves? Una cosita. And you can say, ¿qué color? Or ¿qué letrecita? And that means, like, veo is, I see something. And you can say their color, or it starts with a letter and ends with another letter. So that's how we play it. Veo. Anywho, even Mom played. Chief said he had to concentrate on his driving, but we knew he didn't like games. I love I Spy on the road trip because I could see things that no one else did. And how could they prove that I didn't? I spy something green, Sam started. That car, I said. Sam always picked whatever car was in front of us. How did you know? Sam asked. I shrugged my shoulders. Sister magic, I guess. Your turn, Piper, Mom said. I looked around at the passing cars and all the cows. Boring, I spy something brown. A cow, shouted Sam. Warm, I said. That truck, Mom said, excited. Cold. What did a truck have to do with a cow? Tori peeked over her book. I guess those tissue balls didn't always work. That's hot, Sam guessed. Freezing! Tori put her straw between the pages and closed the book. Okay, let's think about this, Piper said. Warm, when Sam said cow, it must have something to do with a cow. Sam jiggled in her seat. I know. What? Cow poop! Nope, give up. No, Sam and Tori shouted. I give up, Mom said. The ranch dirt, the fence, the tree trunk, on and on they guessed. Finally, Tori said, I give up. It's probably something dumb anyway. Sam lowered her eyebrows and frowned. I won't give up. I'm putting my thinking cap on. She dug the crown out of her backpack and placed it on her head. Give up, Sam, said Tori. Then it will be your turn. It won't be your turn if you give up, I reminded them. Okay, so you get to go again, Tori said. Big deal. All right. Sam folded her arms across her chest. I give up. I took a breath, then announced, a two-headed cow. What? Tori shouted. Sam stretched her neck toward the window. Where? Where's the two-headed cow? Oh, we already passed it down the road. She's so smart. Oh, Mom giggled, but I could tell she was trying not to. Chief glanced from the odometer to the road. I don't think he heard a word we said. That's not fair, Piper, Tori said. Now Sam was crying. I wanted to see the two-headed cow. You could have pointed it to me before I missed it. There's no two-headed cow, yelled Tori. She made it up. That's enough, girls, Chief ordered. Yes, sir, I said, saluting. Arlington, Texas. We spent the night at a hotel in Arlington. From our window, we had a great view of a roller coaster at the Six Flags amusement park. Can we go tomorrow? Sorry, Chief said. We have to stay on schedule. If we don't leave by 0800, we'll arrive after dark. My heart sank. A few rides on the roller coaster would be worth missing a few hours with our relatives. I hadn't been on a roller coaster yet, and it was definitely on my list of things I had to do before 5th grade. The next morning, Chief gassed up the van before leaving the city. At least it was my turn on the back seat. That made up for not getting to go to Six Flags. Well, almost. We drove by the park gate where hundreds of people were lining up. Aww. She was sad. Maybe she'll get to go one day. Okay. Oh my goodness, 23. See, Chief said, just think of all those long lines we're going to miss. Tori sank lower in her seat. I heard they sell funnel cakes there. Marshall, Texas. A few hours later, tall pine trees lined the road, and the air turned sticky. East Texas looked a lot like the part of Louisiana where my grandparents lived. Are we in Louisiana now? Oh my goodness. No, I said, we're still in Texas. But this doesn't look like that other Texas. Texas is big, Mom told her. Texas used to be a whole other country, Chief said. It still is, joked Mom. Johnny B. Goody play out from the radio. That was Chief's favorite song. He sang along with the guy on the radio and tapped the dashboard with his right hand. Mom passed around her hairbrush, and we took turns pretending it was a microphone. At the end of the song, we all yelled, Johnny be good. Oh, okay. After the song finished, Mom flicked off the radio. Hey y'all, why don't we sing our favorite songs? This is them singing with the brush. That's what happens when you get cooped up inside a car with your family for days and days. Even something dumb like singing songs into a hairbrush seems fun. We sang Country Roads, only instead of singing West Virginia, we filled in Louisiana. Then right smack in the middle of that song, the highway turned from smooth to bumpy. And we passed a sign that read, "Welcome to Louisiana." Oh my goodness, it happened so fast. It was like a blur. Sam stopped singing and turned around, staring at the back of the sign. "Are we in Louisiana?" Everyone shouted, "Yes!" With list of right here. And next video will be chapter 4, Adventures in Piney Woods. Alright, be good. Stay warm. And if you live in where the snow is. And don't get the flu. Wash your hands. And be good to mommy and daddy. And I'll see you on the next one, okay?